Hello YouTube, today at powerjackrepair.org we got, this is the best I can understand in terms of the model. It came in, this is what I get on the motherboard, MS-17f51. My understanding this is from MSI GS76 Stealth Ultra thin laptop. And it could also have markings of 17f5, 17f51. We've been in business for 20 plus years. We got 1000 plus videos of Power Jack repairs. And this is the motherboard that came in without the jack. So somebody already removed the connector. And my understanding is that, and not only the connector, it seems like some nearby components were also removed right here. Let me focus this guy. Right here, you see? Some stuff probably is missing right there. Hopefully, well, something is still stuck in there. So, my job today, by the way, I'm not 100% sure if this is the connector that goes here. Because again, I couldn't even find a model that remotely resembles this laptop anywhere. These jacks, they come in 3 different sizes. This one sits the lowest in the motherboard, and this is the most common jack that's being used. Some of those sit slightly higher. You see, it sinks in the motherboard. Some of them sink in. This one sinks in right here, some sink right there, and some sink right there. So 3 different sizes of this jack, usually here. But it's my understanding I will just put this one because it's the most common one, and because I didn't see the old one to begin with, because, oh, what's that here? More stuff. Yeah, and we got... So anyways, the point is I want to just clean this whole thing and see what's the damage. And remove the extra solder from this stuff right here. It seems like this pad is damaged right there. You see, this is silver, this is silver, this is silver, and this one is not shining at all. That means it's usually damaged. So let's see if we can clean it up. Let's see if we can put this guy in there, and let's see if it's gonna work to begin with. Because in my understanding, this is the plus, this is the data signal, and the data signal trace is damaged, so it might not provide anything, and I will see where that trace signal is going to. We got some missing components right next to it, right there. We will look under the microscope in a second, and we will inspect it together. So, all right, so here is what we got. This motherboard needs a new DC jack installed. The middle pin inside port fell out, okay? The middle pin client means this black piece right there fell out. Old DC jack was removed and thrown away. So the old piece was thrown away. Hope you can replace it. And, well, we can replace it. I'm not sure if it's gonna work. That's totally different thing. Yeah. So what I want to do, I want to clean up first because we see some foreign objects here and there, and I need to see under the microscope if anything else is being damaged. I mean, those guys are all black and dark for some reason. There is some stuff on the CPU. That's a GPU probably. And that's CPU, GPU. Go figure. This seems like a GPU. Some stuff right here, some stuff right there. But overall, I think we're gonna be alright. Alrighty, let's inspect. You see some cracking on the motherboard. Right here, or maybe it's just a scratch. No, that's just a scratch. They already... Well, this thing should still probably be soldered to right there. Let me clean up this stuff here. You know what, maybe I should desolder the whole thing first. We can see some missing components on the right hand side. I think maybe not. We will see in a second. I want to put my gloves on. And you know what, let me desolder the holes first, and then we're gonna clean up everything after I desoldered everything. So here, we want to do this side here. Like that, like that. So what I'm doing is I'm putting some flux on connections. All right. Then we're gonna be working with the new solder right here. So what I wanna do is I put a lot of new solder right there. And we're gonna put a whole bunch of new solder right here. The new solder gonna mix with the old solder. And that way we're gonna be able to suck. Well, that way we're gonna restore the traces first of all. And we didn't really restore that trace that I was hoping we're gonna restore. All right, let's see if we can put it down somehow like that. Let's see, let's add some flux here, solder here, some solder right there. Seems like we got some remaining components here and there. The metal part of the connector probably still remains there someplace. All right. Alrighty. Alrighty, let's try and desolder the whole thing. Alrighty. Yeah, you see there is a piece in there that's stuck, which we wanna probably push through. Yep. Like that. Like that. Good job. Now let's continue with the next one. And the next one doesn't wanna melt, because it's probably a bigger chunk of the... Alright, let's do it. Let's go. Like that. Do we have anything stuck inside? Do we? Probably not. Okay. Oh, probably some solder on the other side, which we're gonna be able to remove once we flip the motherboard over. Let's try this guy right here. All right, looks good. Alrighty. All right. Okay. The best thing to do is not to cut the connector of the motherboard. The best thing is to remove the connector altogether from the motherboard. That way I don't have to be doing this thing here, basically penetrating the holes right there. Yeah. Okay. Let's flip this guy over. All right. You see, that's the metal piece we pushed through right here. Let's remove that piece altogether. Yeah, right. It's kind of still stuck to the motherboard. Come on, move. Yep. Like that. Okay. Looks good. All right, so this is the positive side, my understanding. Yeah, and I can see where that, yeah, I see the trace is being damaged on, you see right here. Yeah, I will show you in a second. Here. This is it. Let me cover up more exhaust here. All right, so what I want to do is I want to check and see if this is something that stuck in there, or this is... All right, I will need to redo this guy. Now, my concern is right here. All right, now is a good... Well, I don't know if it's a good time to clean it, but let me see if... Yeah, a new connector not gonna go in here really well. The goal is to clean up this guy as much as possible. Now, this thing, I'm not pushing anything in or out, I'm just melting the trace a little bit. I'm melting the trace a little bit. And I'm trying to help all the whatever is remaining in there to come out of there. All right. Yeah, looks good. Looks awesome. Now, the reason they sent us the laptop, because even after they installed the jack, it didn't work for them. That's my understanding. Reason being is this trace right here is not conducting. So, and you would not be able to see it without the microscope. I mean, there is no way anyone would be able to see anything here. All right, let's see. Alrighty, we're cleaning up the whole work area. Alrighty. Alright, so now the picture is much easier to see. Right, so the problem is right here. This is how a good trace looks like that. You see the silver around it. Here we don't have a silver around. and it's supposed to be going to this guy right here. Then it's going here, then it's going there someplace. That's my understanding where it's going. Now, the goal is to bridge this guy and that guy, because otherwise, without this bridge connection, you see the bridge is broken right here. So there is no trace. So the signal is not coming from here to here, because this trace is broken. So the goal is to connect this guy with this guy. Let me put the new jack in place. And probably I need to refocus the camera. All right. All right, so the new jack sits quite well. And what I want to do is I want to hold down the jack and solder at the same time. Sit it in place at the same time, that's what I meant to say. Alrighty. Good job. All right. Excellent. Now the situation here is that we can add solder to this pin in the back, but it's really not gonna do much. You see, it only goes to the pin. It doesn't really solders to anything. Well, there is some trace in there, but it's not bridging through. So what I want to do, I want to solder the other side. All right. Let's put some flux here, here, and right there. All right. Good job. Okay, so that's a ground. All right, and now we need to... Okay, so we are done here. We're just gonna have to clean it. Yeah, looks good to me. And what we need to do is we need to run the trace from right here to right there. But instead of running a trace, I'm just gonna run a wire. Let's see if we have a wire compatible enough. Okay, so here. Let's do this thing. All right. Okay. The wire is so thin that even my pliers didn't want to cut it well. Alrighty. So let's see how the whole thing looks. Looks something like that. Not the cleanest repair, but I think it should be held up just fine. Maybe I should fire up the second iron and do a little touch up. Yeah, on this angle doesn't look the best. Let's see if you can do a little bit touch ups. Uh-oh. Wonderful. That way I like it. Let's clean it up and see how well it's all sitting there. And I also need to solder the top left side right there. You can see it being all right. That looks really good to me. I'll do a little bit more here. All right, looks excellent, right? Yeah. Let me measure the current going through. My only concern is that there should probably be a piece right here, which is not here, and I don't know what's supposed to be there, so hard to say. But probably a capacitor, because this is a ground right here, and this is this guy right here. So probably a capacitor in between should be there, like one of those, but only smaller one, like something like that should be right there, in my opinion. Or might not be there. Go figure. Anyways, let me do more cleaning, and we're gonna send it back to the client. Looks like everything else is fine. Let's see. Looks like a good job to me. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. If you have exactly the same laptop, or not exactly the same laptop, we fix every single connector out there. So just send it over, we're gonna fix it up. Everything should be running fine. I will have to still test and see if this guy will be, if this guy gonna be functioning fine. Alrighty. Looks good, excellent, excellent. Alright. Yeah, nothing else seems to be damaged here except that maybe a missing component next to the... Alright. Let's try and clean it a bit more. Okay. Good job. Please leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, let me test it. Alright, so let's see if I'm gonna fuel up my car today. Half a tank of gas. If I made enough for half a tank of gas. Here, let's plug it in. That's a plug compatible with this connector. Let's see. My connectors are not solid enough. Alright. Let's do this guy. Let's measure the voltage here. Okay. Alright, so the minus is fine. The data gives us 2.5 ohms. And let's see if we're gonna get the positive through. Something isn't right on the positive end. Alright, so this is this guy. This is the small minus here, right? That's the one that we bridge right there, and it gives us a good signal. So it probably goes here someplace. Or there someplace. Yeah, so the center one is fine. The ground, the power goes here. Alright. Goes here. Then it's supposed to go right there. Alright, so the power goes from here to here, right? Okay. Then it's supposed to go over there. Then it goes here. And then it goes over this way. Okay. That's a good thing. Then it's supposed to go right there. Alright, then it's supposed to go right here. And it's not going over there. Oh. It's supposed to be come out here. Let's try one more time. So, from here to here. Alright, so this is the positive right here. It goes to here. There, there, there. Gets here. Then the current goes here. Here or not? Well, hold on. Here. So from here to here. Alright. From here to here. From here to here. We get nothing. Nothing. It's supposed to come here and go all over the board then. Let's see if we get any shortages on the motherboard. No, we're not getting any shortages in the close proximity. Alright, so let me try and find a power supply and connect the guy under the voltage and see if you're gonna get the voltage right here, 19 volts. Not sure if I was recording or not, but here, let's do it one more time. So we connect the power supply. Alright. We measure the voltage right here. And we get 19 volts. And the laptop is good to go. The motherboard is good to go, assuming the client gonna put new thermal paste on those guys, and assuming those pads gonna be sitting in the correct places, the board should be fine. If some of the pads are missing, you do need to put the new pads here, and I guess here, and right there, and there. Otherwise, those capacitors are just gonna fry. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, and you guys take care and have a good day. Thank you. Bye.